Great to be here in Chattanooga. So we've had a lot of talk the past 6 or 7 months about how slow the air cargo business has been, the fact that we're in a bit of a freight recession. We took a different look at this, and we've got really a pretty chart up here that talks about where we're seeing growth in exports and imports by air.
Yeah, it is a pretty chart, very interesting. You're looking at traffic growth since 2010, bringing it up. The blue is 2018, the red projected 2019, and you've also divided it between exports and imports. So tell us a little bit about the opportunities happening in 2019, Jesse, in U.S. exports with air cargo.
So what we did here was we looked at what's the track record going back 8 years to 2010. What commodities have consistently, each year, what are the blue chip commodities that have been growing each year in terms of tonnage, export-wise and import-wise? And we found some interesting things here. So on the export side, we've got aircraft and helicopter parts. This is a $77 billion industry in 2018, growing over the past 8 years at over 50% per year and projected to do just about the same for a 9-year time frame. We've got beauty and skincare products. That's another big industry, about $3.5 billion. Artwork, sculpture, antiques, about $1.5 billion industry.
Even a bigger industry than aircraft and helicopter parts.
It's not a bigger industry. It has more growth.
More
so
exports.
It's grown more since 2010. And of course, coffees and teas, this is much smaller, but it's grown almost 200%
I see.
On the export side.
Okay, and then U.S. imports, of course, we are a nation that does more importing than exporting. Air cargo, look at, wow, in aircraft and helicopter, lots of imports.
Huge growth. The big number, this is one of the biggest ones in terms of tonnage, is seafood, a lot of salmon, Chile, Norway, the UK, wherever we're bringing in, whatever kind of cod, Iceland, those are the areas that supply our seafood. This is a huge tonnage driver. Look at that growth, almost 100% over the past 8 years. Beauty and skincare products. Hey, we saw this over here on the export side. Aircraft and helicopter parts, artwork, sculpture, and antiques, also growing. So what we're seeing here is the same commodities are growing export-wise and import-wise. People got to have them.
Yeah, so I see that in 2019, in most respects, we're actually importing more in these categories, except for the beauty and skincare products, but still a fair amount for this current climate.
Absolutely. So, this again goes back 8 years. It's showing consistent growth. Maybe 1 year they were off, maybe 2 years, but for the most part, if you look at everything that the U.S. exported and imported over the past 8 years, these are the ones that were 8 out of 8, 7 out of 8, 6 out of 8, the best, most consistent ones for folks that are selling to shippers to depend on for traffic.
So beauty and skincare products, a big part of air freight. So if you want to look good, go to air cargo.